So these days, so many men are struggling in their relationships. And I think one of the root causes of the struggle is that men don't have enough testosterone. They don't have enough testosterone in their bodies to support their masculine self expression. And so, in order to be happy, a man needs his wife or his girlfriend to be feminine, to be receptive to him. But for that to happen, he needs to be strong, he needs to be masculine so that she can feel safe. And when she feels safe, she can relax into her feminine nature and then be receptive to him. So in this video, I'm going to show you how increasing your testosterone can actually save your relationship, or it can help you create a relationship that can actually endure the ups and downs of life. Be sure to watch the whole thing, because understanding these nuances of the masculine feminine dynamics in relationships will truly change your life. So even though testosterone and masculinity are being demonized in media and popular culture, women are hungry for real masculine men more than ever, but they're not finding those masculine men. And a part of that is because men's testosterone levels are plummeting in our society. So on an average, men's testosterone levels are down 37% and as much as 50% across all age groups. And that's in comparing to just 30 years ago. So just let that sink in for a second, because those numbers are really bad. 30 years ago, men's testosterone levels were essentially double what they are today. And unfortunately, most men over 40, maybe even over 30, have low testosterone or at least suboptimal testosterone levels these days. Now, I personally know exactly how it feels to have low testosterone and high testosterone, because at my lowest point 10 years ago, I had a total testosterone of just 307 nanograms per deciliter. But fast forward to today, and I'm at 1,196 nanograms per deciliter of all natural testosterone, and I'm a completely different man. So low testosterone makes a man soft and weak, makes him fat and lazy, and it keeps him from being a good leader. But high testosterone makes a man energized, motivated, and disciplined, and it makes him a fantastic leader. So this quality of leadership is critical in your relationships, because women want a masculine man who's a good leader. When you're leading, you're going to inspire your wife and your children to follow you, because you're backing up your words with your action. You show up every day and you put in the work that you need to put in to provide for your family and to care for them. You give the time and the attention to your family that they need to feel loved. You shoulder responsibility. You solve problems, and you protect your loved one. You see what needs to be done, and you just do it without needing to be asked by your wife. And on a day-to-day basis, you make decisions without having to check in with her. Now, a lot of women might say they always want their man to check in on all decisions, but I think that's an adaptation from having been in too many relationships with beta males. So when a woman's with a man who isn't a strong leader and who doesn't express his masculine traits, then she's going to take on the masculine role in that relationship. But that's a problem, because it creates a lack of masculine feminine polarity, because the woman is being more masculine and the man is being more feminine, and that destroys that polarity. And you need polarity to have magnetism, right? If you have two magnets together, the North Pole and the South Pole are what attract each other. And so this depolarization in relationships, where the women are more masculine and the men are more feminine, that's what's encouraged by our society. It's what feminism encourages, but it's an unhealthy adaptation. It's unhealthy because it's an inversion of what's natural for men and women. And I don't really care that the popular narrative right now is that men need to be softer and more feminine and women need to be harder and more masculine, because the result is that men just aren't leading. They're not showing up as men. And that leaves women frustrated, makes them irritated, makes them short-tempered with their men. And then those emotions drive women to be nagging and to belittle their men and to beat them into submission. And that's not good for anybody. So really, a relationship like that is doomed to fail, or it needs to fail, because is toxic for both people. But a lot of those same women are talking to their girlfriends about how they wish they had a masculine man that they could feel safe with. Because if she feels safe, she's going to be able to drop her walls. She's going to be able to relax and settle down into her feminine nature. And that's something that's good for both of you. So men, I want you to really take this one in. Women want a man who will make her feel safe. So right now, whether you're in a relationship or if you're single, you can be that man if you have high testosterone and if you're expressing your masculinity. Now, the paradox here is that high testosterone also makes you a little bit dangerous, but that also turns women on. And so when you balance that little edge of danger with kindness and self-control, it's going to tell your wife or tell your girlfriend that she really is safe with you. She knows that you'll protect her from an intruder or from a wild animal. and she knows that you're solid and dependable. So when you wrap your arms around her, she's just going to melt. She's going to relax. She's going to get out of her head, and she's going to open her heart to you. So the first way that you can make your wife feel safe is by demonstrating leadership, like I already mentioned. And the second way is showing her that you care about her feelings and her needs. So how do you show her that? Well, it starts with just asking her how she's doing, and then you actually listen to what's going on in her life and pay attention to what she's struggling with. So just talk to her about it, ask good questions, listen to those answers, see if you can find solutions together, and if it seems appropriate, you can offer some help. Now, that doesn't mean you just take her problems away entirely. It just means that if you can offer help in some capacity, but still leave her with the freedom to make her own decisions, then you should do that. And so over time, the more you do this, you're going to become your wife or your girlfriend's most trusted confidant. You're going to be her best advisor. And that's going to deepen that sense of safety that she feels with you so that she can keep relaxing more and more deeply into her feminine nature. So it doesn't happen overnight. It happens over time. But as it happens, you're going to strengthen that masculine feminine polarity, and that's going to make the two of you deepen your relationship, and it's going to keep your romance levels strong. So whether you're in a relationship or whether you want to be in one, as a man, it's critical to be a strong, masculine, decisive leader, because your relationship success and your long-term happiness absolutely do depend on it. But keep in mind that this doesn't mean being a domineering tyrant. So to be balanced, you want to be strong and masculine, you want to be decisive, but you also want to be kind, you want to be gentle. And that's the definition of what it means to be a gentleman, because if a man is strong and he's masculine, but he doesn't have any kindness or gentleness, especially with his loved ones, he's just going to be a tyrant. He's going to be someone who tries to control everyone in his life. And obviously, no man with any level of emotional intelligence wants to be like that. But we have a very unique problem today where low testosterone levels are combining with this fear of being a domineering man. And so those two things are combining to make men essentially afraid to express any basic masculine traits. It's making men afraid to be men, but they're also lacking the testosterone levels that they need in order to be masculine and to be dominant in a good way. And so that's why I work with men to help them double and even triple their testosterone levels. Because when a man's testosterone levels are high, he can be dominant in a way that creates success in life and also is extremely attractive to women. So when I say dominant in a good way, what I'm talking about are the positive traits of dominance. Now, most people don't think that there are any, so let me explain that a little bit. A dominant man solves problems. He overcomes obstacles. He dominates the field where he's working or he's playing, and he has the self-discipline that he needs to be at the top of any endeavor. And he's also dominant over his own temptations and his own hedonistic impulses. So a domineering man tries to control his woman because he's insecure. But a confident man with high testosterone is just going to tell his woman what he wants. And if she's not on board with it, then he's secure enough to just sit down, talk to her, and have a conversation about it. And in that conversation, he's going to listen to her needs and he's going to communicate his own desires. And so through good communication, they're going to negotiate some kind of a solution that meets both of their needs. Now, if you didn't have a father who modeled those character traits, then you're going to have to put in the work and develop them yourself. So that means you're going to have to fight urges to be lazy, to be indulgent, to drink booze or get high or play video games, to eat bad foods or to overeat or just waste time on mindless entertainment. And really to not do anything that you know is keeping you from being the best version of yourself. So instead of all that, you need to channel that energy into pursuing consistent improvement over time. So you need to improve your body every day with a great diet, lots of movement, and some smart strength training. You need to improve your mind by learning new things and improve your emotions by talking with them about people who care about you. Don't just keep it all locked up inside. Also, you want to improve your spirit and your soul by connecting to God through prayer. And of course, the foundation for this type of relationship building, masculine leadership, is having peak natural testosterone levels. It's just biological reality that maxing out your natural testosterone levels is a requirement for getting your life and your relationships up to this level. So if you used to feel like a strong, confident leader, but you slowed down or you slipped over the years, then your testosterone levels have probably declined. So if you want to get that spark back with your wife, if you want to show her your masculine power, you want to make her swoon again, then reach out to me for coaching. The info is down in the description. So now that you know how increasing your testosterone levels can save your relationship or help you create a new relationship that's going to last, Here's another video on how to double or even triple your testosterone levels. And it has information you're definitely going to need, so be sure to check it out.